Are we recording though?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's not even use that. We'll just use the same old shitty mics that we have. Everyone enjoy our fucking podcast with shit mics.
Shit mics.
It's not shit.
It's not shit.
It's artistic.
It sells the vibe better. People like the vibe. We look more professional.
We're totally wearing lav mics too, and that is not fixing any issues.
Well, big fucking deal. This is the life we chose, right?
This is the life I chose.
We had the perfect setup in my fucking basement.
We didn't, because this isn't working anymore. So we didn't have the perfect situation.
Before we did, I'm saying. Before we decided to, move to the Upper East Side.
Yeah,
We got a piece of the pie.
you were a 5-minute drive away from what the original
It's actually
spot.
the South Side, so it's technically worse.
Yeah, it is.
It's the South Side of Chicago over here.
It was better when we had
We're slumming it.
it was better when we had our unpaid intern producers, audio engineers, Erica and that other ginger dude from Talk Shoe.
I don't remember the fucking ginger guy. He wasn't memorable.
He was a nice guy though.
You guys are ginger.
Whoa! Why do you gotta bring up the
Ginger!
That's racist.
Yo, so we
You
had
can't be racist to Jewish people. You have to be anti-Semitic. They got a special kind of racism.
Yeah, why do they have a different name?
Because they're the fucking Jews. They gotta complain about everything. And they're cheap. But they're rich. Stereotypes.
I heard you had
rich, right?
I heard you had someone sitting or hanging around the house recently. You got what's it called? A succubus.
A succubus.
There's some succubus hanging around the house. Me too. I think I'm gonna pass on the virus to you, to be honest.
The COVID?
The succubus virus.
Oh my god. Listen.
I'm just saying that the twerking shot we got yesterday for the video coming out soon, I was getting some wafts. Some yeasty wafts.
She's actually gonna fire you up for this. She's like, one of her friends gonna watch this and be like, yeah, Kevin was talking shit about you on the podcast today. They're gonna fucking...
I'm capping. Her ass was great. The video that coming out, Milk and Coochie, it's a great ass, great video.
It couldn't be.
Shout out to Jelena.
I've heard it enough to know it's not fake.
It's not fake. What?
Her accent.
No, it's definitely
It's
not.
like it's fake. She's not really from there. Could you imagine that? I wouldn't put that past the bitch though. That whole fake accent just be from Scarborough.
Yeah.
No, because
You care better every year, right?
because you know,
I'm from Harlem, ma.
American accent.
I can tell you it's real because the rage is real with the Latins. I felt the
Fuck me.
when they start ranting, they start going off.
Everything gets faster.
Yeah, and louder, quicker. It's
I'm
like
thinking on Modern
Eminem spitting when a Latina gets mad. They just get louder and faster the more off they're going in.
Making less sense, but jamming more words into space.
Eminem might be a Latina woman at heart. Now that I think about it.
That's why he's a rap god?
In his past life?
Yeah.
I can believe it. You're conservative. A conservative white woman.
I believe that. So I was a conservative white woman from Delaware or some shit.
Delaware?
I used to be a king.
Somewhere Midwestern, but with a southern feeling. I still had horses and shit. Or at least rode horses on
I had a
weekends.
southern feeling. I still have horses.
I have a plantation style house with the deck that goes all around the front. I actually have dreams about this place. That's how I know it's real.
A white picket fence?
My house is it's like a lavendery kind of light blue, and all the trims are white. I see it in my mind. That's why I know it's real. And I had a golden retriever. I think his name was
Of
Buff.
course.
Yeah, and you had to put him down, just like Airbud. No,
You had to put me down.
I actually know. In my heart, I had a past life as well as an Irish king. The king of the trashiest kind of white people, which I know, but
Any white people?
they're like the trashiest whites.
The Irish?
They're the blacks of whites.
That's offensive because I'm Irish, so.
And you're black.
I know.
Oh my god, that's super racist.
Can't get any worse.
No, but they were.
I'm an indentured slave and a slave. Just
Yeah, other than Eastern Europeans, like my other ancestry Polish,
Like
they're
Romanians?
also shit of the whites.
yeah,
But-
they're not the best quality whites.
Because I did the ancestry thing, and we had I was related to an Irish king of 9 hostages. He took a hostage from every royal family at the time to get the crown of Ireland.
That's pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, and I feel like I definitely lived that
What
life.
happened here? Say that again.
So on my ancestry.ca, I'm related to an Irish king, and he's the king of 9 hostages. So how he got the kingdom of Ireland at the time is he took a hostage from each of the royal families
You know what?
and held them hostage to get the crown.
I've heard of this tale. This is
That's
a
very
tale.
respectable. He didn't want to kill. He didn't want to create war. He's like, I'm assuming they were baddies. Let's just put that out there. I know my
I want to
genes.
believe that most of the women at that time were not baddies at all.
Irish. I don't know.
No.
Do Irish women have baddies?
The time period dictates that women have definitely gotten better over time.
I've been watching The Island.
And that just goes for both genders, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think humans as a whole are ugly, and we just get better and better looking as time goes on.
Yes, definitely.
I truly believe that.
Yeah.
When you see, like, some of our depictions of what
yeah.
we think those people look like these, like, broad foreheads that, like, dent in and out and shit, like, no. And plus, what they thought of beauty then was different, too, like, their ideals and shit.
Yeah, they are.
And they had bad jibs.
Everybody had bad teeth. You're no fucking dentist back then?
No, some people have straight
God.
teeth. Like, these are my natural teeth, and they're somewhat straight. Like, back then, I'd be dying with these straight-ass teeth. Back then, because these are natural.
Everyone had teeth at the British and shit? Not enough mouth for all that teeth?
Oh, God.
Yeah, they probably
People in
smell
general
bad.
probably stank.
Smelled terrible.
Yeah, sex was kicking.
Oh,
Holy
God.
fuck, bro.
Well, people just raped back then. Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, that's pretty probably.
It was just a casual rape.
I always say, I'm like, yo, girls should be so grateful.
Person,
Dog, rape must have been regular regular.
I don't think
protected.
no, but I don't think the stink is an issue as much because you're also a part of it, so you're not smelling it. It's like India.
Yeah, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, you ever
But
been
still, you don't want some guy like, rub on the street with his cheese dick, snatching your fucking daughter's virginity.
You guys are running out.
Because remember, like, niggas were fucking 11-year-olds and shit, fam. You couldn't even let your 8-year-old daughter go outside because niggas are like, what's that, my future wife?
Nah.
That was a regular thing. Like, you were dating young back then, so it's like,
What did you send me in the today or this morning? I meant to talk about it. I wanted to bring it up before I forgot.
We're talking about all the fucking, I think it was all the places in Kensington Market that lost their,
Oh yeah, that are going down.
like 20 shops closed in Kensington.
Narcity, like, oh, the most pro-lockdown account is just wondering what the consequences of the lockdown are resulting in.
Yeah, like,
oh
this is
no.
killing small businesses. People are fucking stupid.
It's like I saw it today. It was like Trudeau. It's like shop locally. It's like how, fam? You shut them down.
They're not there.
Actually,
You mean locally? You mean your local Costco, your local Walmart?
he means hopefully that local business that you support has an online fucking business because you're not going in person.
You seen those protests for those Indian farmers? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I'm not from India. What the fuck?
I know.
I'm not from Indian descent, so I don't give a fuck about the Indian farmers.
But I always wonder why people protest. If it's going on in any other country, what are you protesting to our like
what
Canadian government to
niggas
do?
in there, over there, like for COVID, like if you were caught in the streets
With
in
a
India,
stick?
they would like beat you with a stick.
I don't know if that was real.
Farmers like roaming into major cities. It's gonna get jumping, my G.
People are
Indian niggas ain't strong either. It's too
no,
hot over there.
they're definitely strong. They're strong in numbers. They got numbers. Strength
Like
in
ants?
numbers.
They're like ants.
Yes.
But tell me, you don't see like a jacked Indian guy. It's not really a thing.
Well, there's a reason.
Yeah, but
There's a reason.
when I see Indian niggas, like when you get that that view of India and you look through the crowd, like you see like no fat people, everyone's like the exact same frame.
No, I definitely have seen. I've seen some jacked Indian guys at
one.
my workplace where I won't
Hey,
say.
in Canada, North America, where they have the North American hormones, but we're there, they have to live off rice in the sun. It's different.
No, there's some
You
jacked
gotta be
ones.
pretty rich for it. I give it that.
Yeah, well, like the
Rich
supplement
Indians are fat
side.
over there. That's what I'm saying. I don't, I've never seen in India jacked Indian guy.
But
I
when
just
have
haven't
you
seen it.
been in India, realistically?
I can see it on YouTube, buddy. I can see it on YouTube. I can see it. I used to watch a lot of Bollywood movies. I've never seen a jacked Indian guy. And I love Bollywood movies. Little tidbit, you don't know about me.
We used to watch it on range. One of the theater was a fucking Indian dude. Yeah, they're not bad still. They're not bad.
Bollywood are fire, fam.
They can be alright.
If you grew up on Disney, it's the same shit. It's like a story goes on, and all of a sudden,
Yes.
Beer dance.
and then they're dancing, and then
It's just a musical. It's just a musical.
It's really a musical. I have no problem with them.
My sister went through a
And the
heavy
bitches are
phase.
bad.
Yeah, my sister went through a heavy
Bad
Bollywood
bitches.
phase, and there was some movies where I low-key
That her
didn't admit.
pre-terrorist phase?
Not terrorist, but
She's
Islam.
Muslim. I know, it's a fucking joke. Come on.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
I
I could
told
make
you-
jokes about them.
No, but you know, I'm very well open with the one community I won't talk shit about is the Muslims because they don't take well to jokes.
They don't play.
Historically,
You mean like say like Muhammad was a rapist and stuff?
no, like drawing a stick figure of the guy will get you.
Why is everyone
Murdered.
caught up on that?
So I'm not-
Everyone a rapist?
I'm just stay away from that community. Mashallah, shout out the Muslim community. I know.
I mean, I got Muslim
I don't
niggas
fuck with
and
them.
shit. I got Muslim niggas, but I don't have any Muslim brown friends.
It's not the ones I know I'm worried about. I just don't want to be a target if I blew up globally. I would never want to be like travel
funny.
and be a target for like.
Blew up globally?
You know what I
What you
mean?
did there.
It's just like I'm thinking long term. It's just like, I just don't want to have beef with that community. Show to that community.
I don't know, there's a lot of fucking different comedians that shit on them and they haven't got shit for it. Like, the ones you can't talk shit about are the Jews, man. The Jews are where the money is. They'll take you right off TV.
Yeah, that's what I
They
mean.
create the weather.
No, they won't take you off TV. You can talk a bit of shoot. You can talk friendly jokes about.
You don't talk shit about the Jews if the Jews are writing the jokes, buddy. That's how it works.
Yeah, but I never really think about like what I think is funny. I'm never really like Jews. Is like in my head. I'm never like Jews. My mind doesn't go to Jews.
I don't think of Jewish people as like really.
I think black jokes are like can be way funnier for the most part.
Of course you do.
No, I mean in general. No,
funnier.
I mean in comedy. Like even like if you look at the top GOAT comedians of each generation, back in the '70s, Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby
He wasn't
too.
telling black jokes. He was telling jokes about black culture to black people.
Yeah.
He wasn't sitting there like, what's the
But
difference
that's
between a
what
black
I
guy and a
mean.
picnic
He was
table? That's different.
No, that's what I meant from like I think the black humor is right.
Of course, black humor is way better.
It's like the funniest style.
Black jokes, I guess. I love a lot of white comedians.
Like
I'm a big Bill Burr guy, so it's like I like white comedians.
No matter how racist you are, there'll always be a layer of mayonnaise on you guys.
Yeah, just a layer.
Well, like no, but yeah, Bill Burr is great because he knows his role and he plays jokes on it. Like he'll talk shit about white bitches. He's a white male and he's like, "What's with these white bitches? Like, you know, like they're sitting in the hot tub with us." It's true. It's like he's playing his role.
That was actually a great fucking.
He's sitting from his perspective and making the best comedy based on his situation. That's what makes him great, and all the greats, and like, but the thing with Pryor was like Chappelle is like a modern day Pryor style where he's like more of a cultural icon.
Yeah, no, I agree.
As much. Did you see his Unforgiven thing where he's asking Netflix, or he asked Netflix to take down Chappelle Show because he's not getting paid any royalties on Chappelle Show, and he never made a cent on Chappelle Show, and he's asking everyone to boycott it. You see that?
Is it on Netflix? I didn't know Chappelle Show was on Netflix.
Dave Chappelle didn't make no money off.
You didn't see that thing he put out on his Instagram? He put it out. It was like an 18-minute thing. It's like just talking, really. But he's just saying how like asking the fans to boycott it until he gets paid.
Yeah, we're not.
So and he can't make a Chappelle Show because they have the rights for his name for future. So he can't. It's not like he can continue doing it and make money. Like they pretty much have him like pigeonholed.
Yeah, sorry, but you made a bunch of funny shit back in the day, and if I want to rewatch it, I'm gonna rewatch it. I don't care if you get paid. Sorry.
He's making money now. And
like, obviously, the Chappelle Show is what gives you your clout and your white fans who are paying your bills now. But I'm not gonna not watch it because you asked me to, Dave. Sorry. I steal music, asshole. I grew up in the Napster Wi-Fi. Like, sorry. Yeah, I only pay for it now because Apple fucking makes me.
We're from the Internet Explorer days.
Yeah,
we've been through this shit.
Yeah,
I've been through every virus out there.
Shit, boy, you stupid. Try to download fucking Get Rich or Die Trying, end up with fucking 8 gigs of porn, ruining your hard drive.
Yeah. I don't care if it's Napster, LimeWire, COVID-19, no matter the virus, I've got it.
BearShare literally was COVID.
BearShare?
Bro,
BearShare is COVID in internet form. This shit was so bad. Like,
LimeWire, IceWire.
LimeWire wasn't even as bad. LimeWire was probably the best out of all of them after Napster. Because Napster was the best.
Yeah. But Napster didn't get as much as LimeWire got, though.
God damn.
I don't know how long they run, though. See what I'm saying? Because Napster had a good run like a bit before our generation. Like the guys that I knew that were like 3-4 years older than me were using Napster, and Napster was good.
My dad had
Napster. I got
for
caught, and they shut it down. And all these little fuckboys made their own little companies, and like LimeWire obviously is more for our generation. But
the beginning of the internet was really a Wild West.
It was wild. I was a dial-up kid, bro. I remember that. Like, my mom gets a phone call. She's like, "Yeah, like," I'm like, "Yo, I'm trying to do my homework, mom, and you're here fucking cutting off the internet, like." Phone call, cutting off the internet.
Remember RuneScape and shit?
I fuck bitches that don't know what that experience means. That is insane. Yeah. Well, like, what do you mean? They think the floppy disk is the save sign. They don't know that it was actually a thing.
Did you ever see the edit I made where it's Kawhi making the game winner, and when it goes in and he like screams, it's edited over the dial-up sound like.
That's hilarious.
I was like, I had to make this. It was a wild.
I don't even know what the dial-up sound is.
It's like.
Imagine playing that for a girl born in like 2000. She's like, "What is this noise? What does that mean to you?"
I'm like, yo, shit. Someone needs to hang up the fucking phone. Is what it means.
Have you seen the phone challenge where they ask people like, "How do you say like you're on the phone?" And like all the younger kids do this.
Oh yeah, it's fucking stupid.
And I'm like, "You don't do this."
Nobody does.
Yeah. I'll do this. Like next time you're banging a 2000,
really?
She'll be like, "This to your phone instead of doing this."
This does you.
Bang a 2000.
Because it's illegal.
What do you mean bang?
This is weird to say. I remember listening to like Much Dance 2000. I'm like, that was fun. Now you can fuck girls that are that old. That's weird. She's 20? Really? How old am I?
It's funny. The older, the older you get, your minimum doesn't go down. Or doesn't change with you. You know what I mean? Your minimum stays your minimum.
It changes. Like I would still.
You're talking about 20-year-olds.
I would still bang a 20-year-old for sure. But what I like date one, I couldn't because there's not enough brain cell. Yeah.
Would you marry one if you were rich?
If I was rich, why would I get married? What the fuck? And if I'm gonna get married, I'm getting married in the Middle East where I can have more than one wife.
No, you can do that in like Mexico and shit.
And Utah.
Why? Like, Mexico's way more lit than the Middle East. The food's way better. What do you mean? You're black. I don't think they like.
You think it's better being black in Mexico than it is in fucking Dubai?
That's a good. No, well, you're saying
It's
Dubai.
not.
You're saying Dubai.
It's the same experience.
I'm thinking they're like Saudi Arabia, Middle East.
I'm thinking about Dubai. At least I'm only going to Dubai or Egypt.
That could work out. Yeah. Well, I guess there is a lot of like.
There are places I would go. There are places I wouldn't go.
I feel like you just like, yeah, you wouldn't adapt well. You're a Canadian. You're used to the cold weather.
Yeah, I don't really like the heat. But
you know what I mean? You wouldn't like it well, right?
No, but I like the fact that, like, you know, all the women are covered and respected because I'm conservative.
And you'd have multiple
There's
women.
no bikinis. And I have like 30 broads running around the ranch, right? Hee hee. It'll be lit, fam.
Fucking you have.
Yeah.
These bitches, what is it, $1,000 a month?
$1,000 a month plus, like, no, they give him more.
Sick bastard.
You
Like,
have
people
to go.
are really mad at him for like actually finessing the best way to financially deal with women.
Bro,
He's like,
bro,
that
number
you
was
stay
so
here?
soft. I was like, bro, this
Look how many bitches he has though. He has like 30 bitches in the crib. That's a lot of money. It's a big overhead.
Oh, for sure.
No, but those girls are also getting careers launched.
I'm sure he's buying them shit too. He has to treat someone's like favorites here and there.
I'm sure, yeah.
He probably gets designer for cheap, you know.
Who's the modern day?
Big bag of designer thongs and shit for the LO.
Who would be the modern day Hugh Hefner? Would you say Dan Bilzerian, maybe?
Charlie Sheen, though.
No, he's
That nigga passing around AIDS at
since he
Valley
got
Fest.
AIDS, he's been different.
How do we know you have what's his name?
Since Charlie Sheen got AIDS, he hasn't been the
He
same.
was actually like raping bitches and shit too. He didn't have like underage shorties there and shit too. There was like huge. There's big allegations about that. Yeah.
Who?
Hugh Hefner actually hiring like underage girls and shit, like fucking with underage girls. But I mean,
Wait, I heard also rumors
16's
that.
as smart as 18.
No,
So
but
that
I heard rumors of
they're both
that.
pretty fucking stupid.
I heard rumors that the Playboy Mansion and Hugh Hefner was actually like an.
Oh, was it the escort service?
No, but like
For
for
like
like
the world's elite.
or just
I've heard that
somebody,
too.
yeah, like some like for like police and informants and shit. The like you know how so the U.S. government pretty much set up like brothels to get intel. So guys come fuck and the girls get intel of them.
Yeah,
so they think that the
Playboy
Playboy Mansion was just like a big public like real situation where like they go up. Everyone wants to go there. It's a party spot. Girls isolate you and you get. It's an intel operation.
You know what, bro?
Masked in this huge.
I think if white people weren't so fucking
know?
stupid and racist that you guys should all spend some time in the black community to know that you just don't pillow talk to hookers. I think it's one of the first things you learn as a black guy. Like, you guys are out here pillow talking to a hooker so she can run and tell your business to whoever? That's insane. That's always a thing. What's that fucking thing, Molly's Game? I don't know if you ever seen Molly's Game. With like that was on poker. She's just running poker tables and shit. But she had this like no snitching clause, just like how she was as a person. But like most girls that would do similar thing, they're just fucking full. Like girls don't give a fuck about ratting on you. Are you crazy? That's why Carla Homoko's on the road and the Scarborough rapist is still in jail when she was a part of the rape.
She raped and killed her own sister.
Yeah, which is worse. Which is worse, and she's on her own right now. Saying she's a
Yeah,
Christian.
I don't know the facts, but I heard the talkings that
She raped and killed her sister on camera, and
stuck a hot curling iron up her vagina, allegedly. Some shit like
I
that.
didn't hear that part, but I heard
Some fucked up
she
shit.
choked and died on her own vomit. That's what I know. She watched her own sister choke and die on her own vomit, and was like, "My husband's a great guy."
Well, she must have been part of it.
She's always a part of it.
My best favorite part of that whole story, not that there's anything good about that story, is fucking he's married now in jail. Life in jail, and someone still married Paul Bernardo. Love, anyone can find love when you're in jail.
No, it just literally shows you, like, when people sit there and they're like, "Oh, like men are terrible," I'm like, but women can be worse.
They love murderers.
How can you actually be a healthy human not inside jail and marry Paul Bernardo of all people?
You know when that's the
And you know she's like a regular bitch probably, so she's not doing anything crazy on the road.
when those murders were going on, my uncle got interviewed because he matches. He kind of looks like similar to Paul Bernardo, like style profile.
That's hilarious.
So like anyone with that profile was getting interviewed.
Bloodline! Holy shit!
He didn't do it, dog.
Imagine he did though. Imagine a couple bodies just snuck in there. 'Cause I have to imagine, like, what, if you're a guy, if you're out here committing rapes, and some other rapist gets like this huge clout, you can start sneaking a couple rapes in his pool. So all of a sudden now you're not hot, because everyone just thinks it's this guy.
Sneak a couple of
No shit, because they always have types, right? So let's say this buddy over here is a rapist who's raping brunette chicks that are like 5'6", 130 pounds, like dainty little bitches. That's his thing. You're over here fucking raping blonde chicks, and you're like, well, not hot yet. I only caught 2 of them.
But are they really raping?
Let me jump into the brunette stream, and no one will know. They just think it's the same fucking rapist attacking.
But it wasn't even rape. It was like a murder too. It was like they were.
He wasn't always though. No, he wasn't always. That's what
really?
The Scarborough rapist was raping a lot of bitches first. He was just grabbing women. Some girls even
I thought he was a murderer.
Some girls just got like molested a little bit, little skirt grab.
And he
or
just
something.
got worse and worse to the point he needed.
No,
to
he just
murder.
didn't always get away with it. Some girls are smarter. He wasn't a great rapist by any form. Like,
well, not well.
if you look at the guys that done over time, like you know, like your Ted Bundys and shit, like
I think the
Scarborough
fact-
rapist has hype because he's from Scarborough, but he wasn't really putting in like work like that. Like, he was out to like maybe 100 chicks.
Well, the fact that he had his
Bundy has 30, 40 bodies. 100 women is not that much. If you're a pervert, now, as a regular guy, how many girls did you talk to in a 5-year period? 100? So imagine you're raping now.
yeah,
You never go way higher than that. That's way higher, bro. That's just mad. As a healthy male.
how about
As a
this?
healthy male, how many men did you talk to?
How about
I
this?
believe rapists are putting in like groundbreaking numbers. Like
That's a
I think rape is a couple niggas. I don't think it's a big broad pool of them. It's like 10 guys that are really good.
There's still the fear of getting caught, bro. There's no
fear of getting caught because girls don't talk. Girls get raped and don't even tell their fucking friends.
Oh, that's a lot of footwork still.
It's not.
Oh,
It's okay.
are we talking about snatching bitches?
Not
No, it's murder too.
We're talking any form of rape. Any form.
Like murder.
Getting girls too drunk.
Okay, like
Catching some girls on the late night walking through the park.
frat rape.
Flat rape.
No.
Rape in general. Any sort of.
No, I'm talking about rape.
100.
Rape and murder. Who would be the GOAT? Who would be the Michael Jordan of the rape and murder serial killers? Like Ted Bundy.
Is this only like with men and women?
We do not recommend rape and murder either, but I just said
What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Is it murder's your main thing and you rape sometimes, or is it always rape and murder?
I think it's
Is
like
it only raping women?
like
or
the
is it raping men?
statistics. I think
There's a lot of fucking guys.
I think for the statistics, they would have to be like bodies, like dead bodies, right? If you're talking about like the greatest serial killer, like right, you're talking about like one of like
to be sure.
I think, but the thing with like they were all like sick in their own individual ways. These serial killers. I was watching one where this guy was his thing was he wanted to eat people, but he wanted them
That's
consensual.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer used to eat niggas.
No, it wasn't Jeffrey Dahmer.
Literally eat niggas.
No, this guy, his thing was he was into people who consensually wanted to be eaten too.
The other day, still.
And so it's so fucked. So he was very particular. He's like he got off on that fact that someone else wanted him to be eating him, and then like apparently like,
Eat me.
and he went to jail for consensually eating someone.
They say Bentley's number one. They don't go about his numbers, but they just say Bentley's number one.
Because I think you gotta look. I think when I see the GOAT, I
Over
don't know.
5 states.
I mean, like who's culturally like, the serial killer
That's
that's
what you know.
like.
Jack the Ripper's number one
no.
in England. Like Jack the Ripper. If you ask,
It doesn't need to be rape and murder. Just murderer. Like who's like the.
Jack the Ripper.
It doesn't even need to be. Who
All his
cares?
murder sprees. He murdered 5 women and prostitutes, but he mutilated their corpses, and he never got caught either. So Jack the Ripper had niggas shook in the streets.
But that's just a name though. That guy, who's the guy?
Who you mean, bitches? What do you mean?
No,
You got
but
caught.
Ted Bundy did way more though. He was going like all over and kept getting off. This guy was like getting out of jail and shit. Was that?
Dahmer killed 17 people.
Yeah.
Lie.
He was killed by a fellow inmate in '94, or else he'd be back on the road still.
Who's Canada's most notorious? Would
Probably
it be
Scarborough
Scarborough?
Rapist. Him or the guy who was feeding bodies to his pigs. Those are the 2 biggest cases here.
Picked in.
What's that one?
Picked in.
The guy who was feeding bodies to his pigs. I don't know. Was he
Prostitute.
native girls?
I don't know.
I say this all the time. Like, I'm not advising this, but the easiest people to kill in the world are prostitutes, because no one's looking for them.
Or no, debatably after that Toronto killing, it may be the gay guys in the gay community.
That was middle-aged men. He was putting in a lot
No,
of
they
work
weren't
in this community.
prostitutes. They were just
That was random.
middle-aged gay,
was a-
late-aged gay
He
men.
was a gay guy that
What's the
wasn't.
name of
He
that
didn't
guy?
want to admit that he was gay. Oh fuck! I want to say something.
It was in Toronto recently.
Arthur something. Bruce MacArthur.
Bruce MacArthur. Yeah.
Yes. So like he was a guy that had trouble with his own sexuality. He wanted to be straight, but he wasn't, and he was just like fucking niggas and killing them because he was just like,
And the van guy.
Hey, I can't believe I'm gay.
The van guy was saying he'd do it again.
Weak, bro.
The van guy apparently was saying he would do
Yeah,
it
but that's
again.
weak. I don't care. Like when you have like, okay, that's the same. Like that's like saying Obama has a bunch of bodies.
think they let him out?
Nukes. Like when you get mass kills like that with vehicles, I don't count. You have to put in that work individually. If he was going through the shit with like an AR-15 or like a machete, that's more rateable. But in a van, like who's gonna stop
Not
you?
rateable at all.
Well, I'm not saying
I know what you're saying.
we're not glorifying this, but I'm
You're just
saying
saying-
if you're gonna sit there and be like, this guy racked up bodies, like he was a brutal murderer.
Okay, so who's
I don't wear a van. I'm like, okay, like you just can't drive.
All right, I got a good question.
Chinese women do this every year.
Who would be in your opinion, the Mount Rushmore of serial killers?
Mount Rushmore of serial.
I got Bundy.
There's probably some hood niggas that are probably like, are we putting in
Escobar? Yeah, I was just saying that's the gangsters. Like,
yeah. Max broken.
Would you have Hitler on there? Like, Hitler didn't really kill anyone per se directly.
Hitler put in work.
He probably shot people. He definitely shot some people and shit.
King Alexander did more. So King Alexander, this guy in Africa, killed like 10 million Africans.
What about Coney? Coney 2012.
Coney was going hard in the streets too.
Yeah, what was Coney doing?
I'm gonna come, man. A lot of guys do a lot of murder.
All guys. Who would be the Mount Rushmore? Well,
obviously
serial killers. We're talking about like sick-minded serial killers.
Not a woman. Like the only woman that's actually notable in this field is Griselda Blanco.
Who's that?
You're fucking white. But Griselda Blanco is the only like
who's that
woman killer. She used to run a cartel.
In a bar.
She used to run a cartel.
She what? She ran a hotel.
She used to run a cartel.
Oh really?
She actually had beef with like the two biggest Mexican cartels, and like they feared her. Because she was that much of a boss, and she had her own acclaim. Like
I feel like that's
she was known as the Black Widow. She killed all of her husbands and boyfriends. Like she was a fucking beast. Yeah. But she had to like, because she's a female, she had to earn men's respect by being so like fucking dangerous, so about her shit. Whereas most girls are not about their shit in general. So if they become the head boss for like 2 minutes, they're dead next week. Like
that.
Think about it. Name the top female criminals. There's none.
I think she only died in like 2013.
Yeah, she died mad recently. She died an old lady. She died a granny.
You know what murder I
never... Yeah, they used to be that old in that business. They did get her, and they lit her with bullets. They did her dirty, but...
But it was that recent, dog.
Yes, she took a long fucking time.
She's been running since like late 80s or 70s.
Running mad birds for like 40 years.
How much bodies does she have, you think?
Stupid mouth. No, dog, the Miami cartel wars, she has thousands of bodies.
What's her name?
Griselda Blanco.
Griselda Blanco.
If it's not directly her, like tied to her beef in general, like so many murders. Unfathomable amount of murders in the late 80s, 90s, like it's a fucking shit.
So my thing is why doesn't Hollywood try to glorify a female gangster like her?
Well, she is mentioned.
You don't want to give women ideas, right?
Yeah, fair. They already can do enough with their vaginas.
They do enough damage.
Yeah,
they can murder us too. Once they know they can murder us as well. Those guys are pussies too, so it's like, you know.
They be killing our souls. Let's not let them kill us physically too.
And our children.
You know who's also a murderer I don't understand? Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, man.
I never got that one.
Well, see, when you play football and your head gets scrambled.
Oh, you think it's a CTE thing?
Fucking for sure. Did you see this motherfucker's brain? Like they looked at his brain like this is he has the most damaged brain on record for CTE.
Really?
Yes. His head is fucked.
Fucked. They should retire his jersey then.
They should retire everything, and they should bring back his jersey so I can purchase it and wear it.
You can buy one.
No, you can't.
Illegally, for sure.
No, you have to buy someone that had it then.
No, you just buy some counterfeit bullshit. Who gives a fuck?
No, I have to get a real us. Come on, you know me. I'm not wearing no fake us. It has to be a real us. It has to be. If I can find a signed one.
What about an OJ jersey?
Oh, buddy.
OJ's a sloppy killer, too.
But OJ, no, he's not sloppy. He killed 2 white people and got away with it. He's a black hero.
Well, he's a hero because he was sloppy and got away. That's why he was a hero.
He
was a sloppy and still got away.
He bodied the shit out of him.
You know who's
they found his blood and her blood together? How'd they bundle this case? I just don't know. Yeah, his blood was there. You can just kill the bitch and kill the nigga.
Wasn't there like civil arrest going on at the time too? So they needed someone to throw them about to the like.
No, what it was, they weren't together, and then he came to the crib and peeped the shit with another guy, and he's like, nah, you guys are dying today.
What about Richard Durst? You ever seen that guy? That guy. This Richard Durst guy is the creepiest. He's like this white dude, but he's from this really rich family, and he's been like connected to like multiple missing people and murders. Well, he got caught cutting up a body and throwing it in the lake in Texas one time, and he got off of the charges because he was like it was self-defense. Even though he cut up the body because he's from this like super wealthy family, and there's like an interview.
Why is there a movie on this?
There's a movie. Yeah, and he's getting interviewed in it because he's like keeps getting off, and even in it, he's like talking to himself.
Jesus Christ!
It's very creepy because you're like, this guy definitely has murdered multiple people, guaranteed.
Oh yeah, you dismembered this guy, Morris Black. The grounds of self-defense.
But he just self-defense then
this motherfucker is 77. He's still walking around.
Yeah, he's interviewed in this. It's the trippiest part about this documentary. He's another. And he's like, I don't know, like...
That's not that many, though. It's really only, like, one murder. Like,
well, that's what we know, though. That's the thing.
Well, I do believe once you murder again.
That's the thing. It's like, that's what we know. Just connections.
Here's the whole thing. It depends on the circumstances of your murder. It also depends on what your first murder does to you. Like, if your first murder gives you a bloodlust, then it's like, okay, well, now you're murdering because you love blood. But if you've murdered because you had to, then you're not necessarily just going to murder because you're a murderer. You're murdering because of a situation happened. And that's different. But if you're like a guy that's like, oh, like, I have the hots for murder, like, I have the hots, like, I need to kill something, then it's like, yeah, we should stop that guy.
I've had
I don't think all murder is bad murder.
No, but I've had a couple times a dream where, like, I feel like I've helped bury a body, and then I wake up and I'm like, recall my life events.
Is that
and I'm
your
like,
past life?
I don't know, but then I googled it and apparently it's like something to do with change or something. You're like trying to bury something from the past. It's just like it has a meaning.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
It's like when your teeth fall.
Because like my teeth fall I've had before, but I remember I trip out because like the moment I wake up I'm like recalling everything. I'm like, did I fucking like bury a body at some point? But it's so vague. But it's
I
just like
so much
a
to remember my fucking dreams. To be honest with you,
it's rare. Yeah, it's a very rare. I've only had it a couple times.
Super fucking rare. The only dreams I remember are like the recurring dreams that I had as a kid and shit. They all have to do with Matilda.
All mine have tornadoes as a kid.
That's weird.
Yeah, always tornadoes.
What is your fear of tornadoes? You live in Barrie or something? What the fuck is your
I wasn't even like afraid of them per se. It was just like,
a
tornado on the way.
Oh, well.
Word.
Yeah, just like a tornado. Yeah, literally. It's like a tornado.
Whoa!
About it.
Wizard of Oz and shit?
It's like, shit, guys, they're just always running from the tornado.
We're not in Ajax anymore. Yeah. Put my sketches and go home. Jesus Christ.
That's funny. What time are we at here, anyways?
I don't know.
Half an hour?
Only been half an hour.
Anything else? Any other topics? There's something else.
We still haven't picked the fucking serial killer. We didn't do the serial killer.
Oh, Mount Rushmore. Serial killer Mount Rushmore. I'm going Durst because, not Durst, was it Bundy the pretty boy that got off a bunch of times and got out?
Yeah, I put Bundy has to be in there. I put Bundy in there.
He was the pretty boy. Chicks love him. You have him as a serial killer. I think Jack the Ripper because he was an OG, wasn't he?
Are we only doing like brutal murders? Because I like the DC sniper. I'm always in the DC sniper.
Who's that one?
Sitting in the back of your pickup truck and sniping niggas is so disgusting. You know the DC sniper?
No.
Just after that 11?
Black entry still.
Yeah, he's the only black one too.
One black
A black.
And he was sniping with his son. His son was like his spotter. It was fucking gross. He's one of my favorites.
Serial killers.
He's one
The
of
Beltway sniper text.
We have to have one.
It's weird as I like these things because it's just you're so off, like socially what you're supposed to do that's acceptable. You're like, you know what? Fuck everything. Fuck getting a job. Fuck eating. Yeah, I'm gonna go out and start killing people. Yeah. That is just not a functioning part of
mental
society
disorder.
at all.
It's a mental disorder.
You're not beneficial at all. You're just on a fucking tangent of fuckery. That's why I like it. That's what I like about it because I'm like, what happened to you that made you just make this?
What do you mean you like it though? Because I don't want anyone promoting it.
Yeah, I don't
do anything like that.
It's like a personal like. When I look at these stories, I'm like always very fascinated by it because I'm like, this is just such a different life from anyone to live.
You're fascinated by the decision to say fuck everything and just
like you know you're pay and shit. Maybe you're just like nah, fuck, I'm gonna be a monster instead.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And then
Bundy's going state from state, like living a life, paying for things while fucking raping.
That's the way.
Like, how do you do this?
And that was like the dream. And no, for him, that was like the dream. He was living his dream.
4 or 5 states doing this, getting caught. Not to mention what he was before.
I always feel like but I always feel like there's a sexual tie to it. They always have some weird sexual tie to it. I feel like there's a sexual urge with it. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. A lot of people in the gay community, they all have a tie with some sort of sexual abuse when they're younger. Period.
You think?
Yeah, I think.
I know. Any gay person that I've ever spoken to has some sort of sexual trauma as a kid.
I'd say
ever. So my numbers are 100 for 100. There could be less. Now they're making gay just being like a normal thing, where it's like, oh, it's okay, you're just normal, but you're gay. I was like, someone touched your dick when they weren't supposed to.
I didn't even know that many serial killers. Now they try to put a Mount Rushmore on it because I'm so like anti. Like I know a lot of people love watching those shows, and I've never been. I'm so eerie by it, but like there is always a level of fascination. I know what you mean with like just choosing to be a monster.
That's the DC standard.
But I don't think it's a choice.
10 bodies, by the way. So he's in my top 5.
So you're putting them in the. That's not many.
6 or 7.
Damn, 10. Are you
This
crazy?
guy's in the army that got more than.
He was in the army.
Yeah, him and his son.
Was he?
Him
the guy that was like protesting. He just like.
I don't. Oh my god.
I never got to probe with this.
Yo, was that?
And he's out here.
Was that the one that Dave Chappelle talked about in?
That's so fucking funny.
It's because I never grew up with the dad. Someone like.
This is like I was like a DC sniper.
Yeah, which I had a death. That would take me to go fucking on his
nice. Maryland, Virginia, 10 people killed. 3 others wounded.
But what was that? Was that the one Dave Chappelle talked about in his recent special?
He might have made a joke about it, but like, look at that shit. Look at that shooting area. He was getting very
such
busy
weak
in Maryland.
numbers. If you're really talking about serious like Mount Rushmore of serial killers, you're talking about 10 bodies. You have to have at least to be on a Mount Rushmore of serial killers. You think you have to be in the triples digits? Do you not?
Okay, well, this is all
not right.
No, because you have Bundy in there. Bundy's on triple.
We're talking about Mount Rushmore. Okay, true.
And Bundy,
no, he definitely might be that.
And Bundy. Also,
how many people did Ted Bundy kill?
Did he even kill that many people?
I feel like he's.
I think he was raped. I don't think he got that many. But I think he only killed like a couple people.
Really?
Yeah, I think he just raped her.
How many did Scarborough do?
Their counts aren't very.
How many did Bernardo do?
Shit, I don't know.
Oh wow! They confessed to 30 homicides. Whoa! Confessed to 30. They also cap too. They like to lie a lot.
Yeah.
How many hidden bodies are?
Let's get the child killers in there first.
Wait, I want the Mount Rushmore. Let's put the Queen of England. Because she still is not accounted for.
Are you talking like war crew?
No. There's actually 12 kids, Aboriginal kids in Kelowna, I think it was, that went missing back in like the 60s. They went on a picnic with the Queen and never came back. Adrenochrome. So there might be some list. We got Hillary Clinton. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to go in that conspiracy way. But hypothetically, I think there could be some real like these human traffickers out there are probably the real killers of like.
So the highest list of serial killers. There's a guy named Karl Denk in Germany. Between 1900 and 1924, he had 30 proven victims and 42 plus more.
But the thing is,
he was killing and cannibalizing poor travelers, homeless people, and vagrants. Once again, the easiest people to kill are the ones that no one's looking for. Yeah. No one knows. Like, so-and-so to stop.
But that's also the best era to be a mass murderer. No internet, no surveillance.
DNA era? Oh my god, I would kill for sport. Why wouldn't you?
You have, like, your technology's hit. You have cars, so you have technology starting to boom, but you haven't hit, like you said, that DNA era. That's the time to be a serial killer.
You could be putting in fucking work.
That's the era. You're in your dream. So he capitalized on his era. And Germany was probably like a booming spot back. When was this?
This is pre-World War II.
Things were fucked up post World War One, though.
Yeah, but
that makes sense when there's a crazy serial killer out there. There was trauma.
There was barely any law.
There was a lot of trauma in the air at that point already.
It was if you saw me.
He's a pedophile too. He got 30 kids. They say 42. They gave him 217 years. Yuck. That's a long time.
Wow.
Most of these places are actually not even American. They're all everywhere else.
I never understood. They just don't kill these people.
Bruce Lee, who the fuck is this? He's a arsonist, an epileptic arsonist. Like what kind of? Huh? What? He's like seizuring and killing people, or what's like? How does this work?
All right, he
burned 26 people alive. So, and you have Juan Corona, 25 bodies. He was murdering ranch laborers, burying them in his orchards.
Ranch laborers.
That's hilarious. He's growing apples. The apples are living from.
But I guarantee they're all fucking these fucking people too and murdering them.
This is just murder. Some of them are like. Some of them they give you a little history of saying they were rapists as well. You got the butcher of Hanover. I remember this guy from Germany.
What did he do?
He was sodomizing niggas, cutting throats. He was doing everything in Germany. He was a fucking sicko. Sick fucking man.
And then I just want to put a disclaimer.
Is crazy.
Do not do any murder. We do not condemn it. It's just.
So we got to our first American here, Ronald Dominique, 23 bodies, Louisiana serial killer known as the Bayou Strangler. They gave him 8 to 10 life terms, but he murdered 23 people by strangulation. That's fucking hard.
That is
strangling someone is the hardest way to kill them because you have to look that nigga in the eyes and take their life.
Throw that guy in the Mount Rushmore for me.
He's number one. Yes, number one.
That guy tells
his life slowly.
No, don't
you are a fucking demon.
That's so
You
scary.
are literally sent from the depths of hell. Imagine this man catching you from behind. Just.
But that being said,
that's a scary motherfucker.
When my dog was being put down not too long ago,
wow, how'd you go there? That was
because I was thinking, because you're talking about looking in the eyes while you killed them. I almost wanted to be the one to like do the whatever it is to put the dog down. I felt like I feel like this would be more like soothing to like be the one to put my dog down.
I would shoot my dog in the face, old Yeller style.
You know what I mean though? Like there's a part of me like out of love, it's like I'd rather it be.
But I just dying.
I wasn't there for the
cheaper too.
I wasn't there for the put down, but I was thinking. Would you do it? Would you do it for your dog? You'd put them down?
I'll put that down for sure.
Like if the dog's like, you want to do it? You know, is this like an option for the owner?
With the needle is weird, but shooting it's easier.
Oh, shooting it? No, I couldn't shoot it. I just don't want to declude the mess. I don't want to
shoot it inside. What the fuck? You shoot it outside.
No, I just don't have to look at it with a fucking brains everywhere with my poppers.
I mean, how big of a bullet are you using is the question.
I'm using a shotgun. There's only one.
But that's why! That's a lot!
Because if I'm blowing its head off, I'm blowing its head fucking off.
How many pieces is like a 40.
You gotta remember, I'm white. If I do it, I go way too overboard.
40 behind the ears, clean and quick.
I'm blowing that head off. I just want brain
This guy should fucking blow his
And I'm
back.
gonna feed that shit to the chickens after.
Fucking white people,
I don't
dog.
have chickens or a dog.
You have both.
FYI. Which I'm with serial killing. It's got me all fucking...
Are you pumped up, eh?
I hate it.
That's your
No,
white
no.
fucking blood right there.
I can't see
Your
it.
bloodlust.
Guys, fucking bloodline.
I couldn't even murder. That's why I didn't want to. I couldn't even do the army. I always thought about copper army one day when I was a kid. I was like, no, I can't murder. Like it's just like I can't even like go hunting. Really, like I'm just like I fish. I can fish, but like, I go hunting. But I feel bad sometimes. I'm like, that's a beautiful fucking deer. Then you just shoot it.
We still have the death penalty here?
No.
I thought so. This must have been one of the last niggas to get killed. Earl Nelson, the first Canadian to make the list. He was the gorilla killer or the dark strangler.
Gorilla.
Was that race?
We hung him.
Is that his name? Is the
He's a
gorilla?
necrophiliac, bro.
Wait.
I lied.
So he only killed. Wait, why is he called the gorilla killer?
I'm gonna make sure. Let me see these white first. And he's killing black guys, Kevin.
I just don't know why he has the name gorilla killer because no gorillas in Canada. Like,
Why is it, man? I don't know.
is it a race-based name?
To say, here.
Is it a race-based name? Is the question I'm getting to? Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking at his victims. Hold on. Let me find out they're black.
Or is he black? Or is they black? Or is he
He killed
killed
one
black?
male infant child. His victim consisted nearly exclusively of women.
So Kevin,
He only killed women.
He only killed
He's
women.
only killing black people.
I just don't understand where the name came.
People are gorillas, huh?
No!
Yes.
I'm saying back then, maybe.
Only has sex with dead bodies. He strangles them and then rapes them after.
So why is he called the gorilla killer? Is that what?
Don't know.
Because gorillas maybe strangle and rape.
He got a few. Oh, he was going through the states at first. He was going hard in the states. Listen, look at this. Look where he went. Look at his state lines. Okay, the man's in California.
Okay.
Okay, he went from San Francisco to Santa Barbara, Oakland, Portland, Oregon, back to California. He went to Burlingame, California. Then he went to Washington, Oregon, and back to Portland, Iowa, Missouri.
What year is this? He's just hopping a train line, dog.
Buddy, well, this I haven't done yet. Then he goes to Pennsylvania, Buffalo, Detroit, Chicago. Then he comes to Canada and gets caught. Yes.
So we finally put him away.
Buddy, his last.
We dealt with him. It took Canada to finally like stop to this
Look at
guy.
the age line. The age line is so weird. He's an 8-month-old child.
Wait, where's
14-year-old girls, 41-year-olds, early 1900s.
And he. So why is he called the gorilla? Does it say?
I'm trying to look into it. I'm not fighting
So
the race.
my theory is
all women.
if he only strangled and raped the dead bodies, maybe that's something
Maybe he has
gorillas
like a
do.
strength. Yeah, the gorilla strength.
No, but I think maybe
Choking bitches out and
maybe
shit.
gorillas are known for like strangling and raping. Because monkeys do eat their children and shit. I know, like there's like chimpanzees
He's the
are known for like
first
ripping.
known American serial sex murderer of the 20th century. So you gotta put him in your fucking.
Gorilla killer.
Yeah. He has to be in Mount Rushmore because he's the first. He's kind of trendsetter. And the worst possible way, like, you know what I mean?
And the Mount
He's
Rushmore.
only inspired bare people. He's the first one.
No, the thing is, the Mount Rushmore really has to be. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. So he lived with his grandmother, and Nelson exhibited bizarre behavior as a child, which was compounded by head injuries he sustained on a bicycle accident at 10.
CTE. Shout out
So not
CTE.
only was it a weird kid, but his brain got cooked.
Mash up.
He had various minor offenses. Like, what were these offenses?
Yo, I would love to see the correlation to a lot of these crazy serial killers and head trauma injuries. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of correlation to like childhood like head trauma situations.
Listen, fat.
Oh, yeah, head
Stop
trauma.
Bike riding on the fucking hill, alright?
So you're gonna start molesting?
You've never been the same, probably. I've never met you before, but like, I think it's some hits to the head for sure.
Jesus Christ.
Some people get hit the right way though. You might get something knocked into you. Maybe some sense knocked into
It's
you.
fire. Don't mind if you get ting knocked into them.
Okay, so you got, yeah, like your Mount Rushmore. You have the German guy, the fucking you got that weird strangler guy.
There's a guy in Afghanistan doing some work as well.
Afghanistan. There must be like an
Look at this guy. There's an Indian nigga got 20 bodies in 4 years from 05 to 09. He lured females with victims. He lured female victims with promises of marriage and gave them cyanide instead.
Cyanide.
Oh no!
It's like a fucking demon, bro. Like they're literally doing the worst possible things you could do. Like, yeah, I'm gonna marry you. Nah, I'm gonna kill you.
So who's the most notorious African Like,
there's a lot of Africans on here. To be honest, there's
got to be like a legend of Africa.
I don't want to find a black guy in here that's really bad.
Well, we got to put on the Mount Rushmore. He said he
I gave him the DC sniper. I like the DC sniper.
DC sniper's just not notorious enough. He had too much passion.
Okay, I got a black guy for you.
Well, it's so much worse. I know it.
No, I mean, just be like, there's definitely some serial killers. Real bad.
His face? Okay, his name is David Thabo Simlan, and born in 56, and he killed 28 women.
Who's
Was
this?
suspected of murdering 45.
Who's this?
Some African guy sexually assaulted women he befriended in forests and stabbing or strangling them afterwards.
Standard. That's a standard murderer.
He sentenced to death, but he got caught in 2000. But mind you, from 2000 to 2001, this is 1 year, 28 bodies.
Oh, right. Holy shit.
God,
Killed?
In 1 year?
So how much before?
That's
what I'm saying. What the fuck was he doing?
That's busy.
28? I mean, that's like 2-3 bodies a month, bro. Where do you get the time for this?
That's a lot of footwork.
That's a lot of footwork, brother. Honestly, his Fitbit right now, he's doing crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And it's like suspected 45. So imagine he actually did the 45 in a year. Do you know how nuts that is?
That's super busy still.
Yo, top 4 in Canada. You got Scarborough.
Where's he from?
He's from, Swaziland.
Top 4 in Canada. You got that one guy on there that came into Canada.
Yeah,
you got Scarborough. You got the guy that shot up that female class, the university class. I think you got to throw him in there. Yeah. That was pretty, like, fucked up.
You have to throw in Adam Strong, too.
How much did that one get?
Adam Strong would be the most recent.
But now it's like thinking top 4 Canada.
Gun laws, bro, because he did that shit.
No, the gun laws were coming regardless. There's a globalist movement on the guns.
Probably, but that is...
Chinese serial killer? How do you...
Well, or the Nova Scotia shooter. That thing's sketchy, the Nova Scotia shooter, because that guy got a big payment from the federal government right before doing a shooting, which is... And very specific targets of a shooting.
Bro, so and he had to get us killed, man.
Yeah, true. Never mind.
You're scared about fucking making fun of Muslims? You're talking about, like, government business and shit? Like, bro...
Our government doesn't assassinate. They'll just fuck over my credit or something.
What you think they're gonna do?
I'm white. They won't be like, let's not kill him. Let's just, like, get him fired from his job and just put him into poverty.
The serial killer shop. Let's see what we
fuck over his credit.
We got Paul Bernardo. We got Robert Picton. That's the guy with the pigs, I think.
Yeah, it's Robert Picton.
The pig guy. Oh, yeah, pig guy. Top Mount Rushmore Canadian style serial killer.
Yeah.
Bernardo.
What was he doing?
Pig guy.
I think he was doing work with the Hells Angels.
I think we got to the Queen on there.
The bedroom strangler. Killed number women on
the Queen's got 50K kids at least with the residential schools. We got to throw the Queen on this list.
Bedroom.
Clifford Olson Jr., the Beast of British Columbia. Killed 11 children and teenagers between the age of 9 and 18.
Oh no, the Beast.
Victim he would rape them, stab or strangle them, or bludgeon them to death. Yo, bludgeoning is a sick way to murder someone. Good lord. Peter Woodcock, the Wood Buddy.
Yo, you know what would be probably like for like serial killers back in like getting drafted into war. You know what I mean? Like they just like, get off on murdering.
You're just like, oh, it's the perfect place to be. Yes.
Yeah, put me on the front lines,
That's
coach.
What they do. Like, you know, like they do a psych test and then make sure everyone that fails goes to war.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have some stupid people, and we need some high intelligence people winning a war.
You don't need to win the war.
Strategic.
Get rid of the stupid people.
Oh, you mean for infantry?
Yeah, Joe. Yeah.
You want the high intellects to be like strategically behind the scenes.
You just want the fucking dumbasses.
Get your gamers to become all your top gamers.
Anyway, you're losing the dumber part of your population. And you're also not losing any of the good parts.
And I think you get all your top gamers to become like drone operators and shit. You just train them in drone operating.
Yeah, because we're okay. We just think it's all a video game. We're like, oh, let's send another drone out. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're just shooting down bare fucking...
That's what makes Obama a big serial killer. Same with Bush. How much Bush bodies does Bush have after 9/11?
Presidents? That's like boring. We're not putting presidents in our serial killer list. It's like, ooh, like they all do it.
But how many presidents have actually killed with their hands, do you think? Or world leaders, do you think have actually killed someone?
A lot of them have gone to war, right? A lot of the presidents have gone to war.
No, but honestly, right now, look at our world leaders. I think Putin has killed someone with his bare hands, like, for sure. Trudeau, definitely not.
Kim Jong-un is definitely, because he can.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un.
He definitely can if you want to.
The Chinese guy, Xi, or whatever his name is.
I think the Brazilian guy has to, the Brazilian prime minister.
Paid to go kill someone.
Trump, I don't think he's ever done it. He doesn't have the balls to do with his hands. Obama,
Trump has definitely gone on African safari shooting kids.
Clinton for sure. Clinton does and laughs while he does it. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Both him and Hillary. That's what him and Hillary do together. It's their thing. Yeah, it's his thing. He's definitely.
Why wouldn't you if you were
Bush I don't think he would have done it with himself. He would have paid someone as well.
But you know by accident, but his dad, on the other hand.
Yeah, he might have killed someone. What about Obama? You think Obama would have killed someone?
Obama's a pussy.
You don't think he would have done it?
We'll press the button, but Obama doesn't give me the vibes of like murderer vibes. He actually comes off as a nice guy.
Michelle, maybe though.
Michelle, yeah.
Michael?
She's a lawyer, so.
Maybe. Yeah, lawyers you can't trust. Kamala, for sure. She's definitely killed somebody.
Niggas really asking her for pardons, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
That's direct cause of death.
She goes out of her way to put people on death row.
Oh, that call it a half-quarter pot? 70 years.
Joe Biden, definitely not. He's an angel. That guy's just a sweet soul. He doesn't know what the fuck.
What his molestation numbers, though?
Oh, yeah, he could be going top 4. He could be Mount Rushmore.
You know him grabbing the kid? Like, right by the fucking crotch? Like...
You really think he's a pedo?
It's like how Spider-Man does this. He grabs the crotch like that. Like, it's very aggressive.
I don't think he's actually fucking kids. I think he just, like, fatherly instincts, maybe. I think he's eating them more likely.
I think he fucks them but forgets.
Yeah, I think he's a reptile. And maybe they use the kids for, like, that's what they eat here. It's just good delicacy.
Good flesh.
The reptilians or aliens that come to the world, they're like, the kids taste so much better.
It does make sense. The kids would taste better.
So they have this human trafficking when they bring kids in and eat
everything.
them.
We can't even wait for chickens to become chickens. We eat them as eggs. Like,
and that's why they're having so much humans producing so much. Like, these fucking humans taste delicious. We're a delicacy in there earlier.
Yeah, let's go to China. This bear.
It's like veal.
They throw kids out on fucking mountains if they're girls. So there's a fucking.
And that's why they don't fuck with the white people, because we taste like shit.
For sure.
They're like, oh, I hate that.
I think that's a flavor. One color tastes the worst. Gristly.
Oh, that's so nice. Like, alright, let's end this. Too much killing this episode.
This is a fucked pod.
The top serial killers of all time. Who's the Mount Rushmore, though? You got ended on the Mount Rushmore of all time.
We got DC. We got Bernardo. It's because it's a Toronto favorite.
Yeah. The fucking pretty boy.
We got Bundy.
Yeah, because he's a goat. And then let's go with the German guy.
Yeah.
The OG.
Yeah.
Don't murder.
He put in his work to be there.
Rio. Oh, fuck this shit.